Welcome to the Ad Clubhouse and to our annual Black History Month celebration, Icons, Rockstars, and Innovators. On behalf of our board of directors, Rick Song is in the house. Thank you for being here. He's chair of the board. And the Ad Club team, we want to congratulate all the honorees. We want to just say cheers to you. The agenda tonight is very loose. This is really about getting the community together and celebrating each and every one of you. So we're going to have a little bit of a conversation. We're going to do the awards. And then it's really all about you all connecting afterwards. And you can stay as long as you like. If you want to get up and eat something, if you want to get something to drink, this is your home. So our home is your home. So feel free to do that. For those of you that are new to the club, let me share what the club is really about. First and foremost, it is about community and gathering the community and sharing thought leadership, professional development, supporting the talent pipeline, and honoring excellence. And we are committed to serving the community, and we're intentional about the work that we do. Tonight is a foundation event, and so I think it's worthwhile to share some of the programs that come out of our foundation, because for us, it's really about providing access and nurturing to the talent pipeline, obviously with an emphasis on the underrepresented groups in our community. And our programs start early. We work with the New York City public school system with our Ad Futures program. Companies volunteer and they adopt a high school for 1 month, and we do like a boot camp with them. It's a great mentoring. It's a great way to meet young talent here in New York City. We do a summer internship program offering juniors and seniors a summer intern experience that not only builds their resume, but their confidence. A lot of people don't have role models that have had successful careers, and it's really all of our responsibility to make sure that we're bringing young people into this business that maybe don't know the path forward, right? So I think that's something that, again, very intentional. We have a mentorship program. The Andy Awards has creative leaders from around the world take a mentor, somebody that just landed their first job. Imagine getting a senior leader to be your mentor when you're at your first job. It's pretty incredible. And then last but not least, and here with us tonight, is our 7th cohort of Ad Club Fellows. Can you please stand and let me tell you a little bit about this group. The group, these two women are representing. There's 12 women, and they're mid-level women they vie for a year-long journey of self-discovery. And we take them to industry conferences and we curate the experience for them. We provide a career coach. We partner with PricewaterhouseCoopers to do executive-level training once a month in the form of night school. And we give them access to people like you. And that's really important. So if you would like to get involved in any of these programs, whether it's high school, undergraduate, working with the fellows, please be in touch. We want you all to feel that this is your club. A lot of people here we know through one Ad Club event or another, but there's a lot of people that we don't know, and that's the real beauty of this, is to get to know more people and socialize with each other and hopefully get you to engage with us. This is a volunteer organization, and so we welcome all to be members. To get our program started, I would like to welcome Nicole Simpson. She's a member of the 22 class of fellows, and she's director of DE&I at RAPP, and she's going to lead the conversation, and she's a superstar. Welcome.
All the feels. To be called a superstar by a superstar means a lot. Love you, Gina. No, come on, we all know that's a lie. Thank you for being here. Not going to take up too much time because we have a really robust conversation for you. So I know that we're in a room of superstars, so please participate. This is supposed to be a conversation. But I'm going to welcome to the stage Kanetta Bailey, Linwood Bibbins, Nakia Clemens, and Marcus Zach. Let's have a conversation, y'all. Okay, so I am going to ask each of you to give us your name, title, where you work, and your superpower, please.
I guess I'll go. I'm Nikia Clements. I am Executive Director of Growth at Group M. And I was going to say my superpower was time management, but I was like, that sounds really boring. So then I did some soul searching, and I realized, actually, my superpower is being present in the moment. And that has actually served me very well in my career. And not to be, I think a lot of people have an agenda when they interact with other people, and they're projecting, and they are waiting to say something, and I'm not really like that. I kind of take people in, and I listen to them in that moment, and I'm learning who they are, and I'm seeing who they are, which has served me well in the agency world. And then I can have this moment with someone, and then I move on and I forget. But I totally meant it, and I was in it. But it's just that, I don't keep it with me, you know what I mean? So that's my superpower.
Great. I'm Kenetta Bailey. I'm the Senior Vice President of Marketing at Clear Channel Outdoor. I'm going to say that my superpower is that I am fearless. There is not much that I won't try. Now, that's professionally. I'm not personally fearless. I'm not ziplining. I'm not jumping out of a plane or anything like that. But from a professional standpoint, I am relatively fearless. I will try new things. I believe that that is how you learn, that's how you innovate, and that's how you bring change. So I am professionally fearless.
I love that. My name is Marcus Zag. I'm Director of Cultural Platforms at American Express. Really just a fancy title that means I'm Head of Multicultural Marketing at American Express. We like titles that don't really explain what you do, but that's just how it goes. In terms of my superpower, I'm an avid researcher, highly analytical, and I call myself an active listener. And really those three things combined translate to my superpower of being someone who's able to connect disparate ideas or thoughts or data, right? Like, so I can listen to one person say something, talk about something, a project. It could be 5 years later and someone could talk about something, and it could be one little spark that allows me kind of to connect the dots. And that's something that really helps me as we think about how do you bring outside in inspiration into our work. And that's kind of the process of how I do it.
That was good. What he said. I'm Linwood Bibbins, CEO, founder of Reach TV. My superpower, I was thinking about this a lot. Because I don't know if I have just one. No. But one of them,
I
was thinking
agree
about
with you.
this.
I don't have just one
Yeah,
either.
exactly.
I have at least two.
I think about it a lot, and it's the ability to see things that other people don't see, and to have no fear, back to that, of taking on a challenge or solving a problem that other people dismissed as one that's unsolvable. And I've been able to do that multiple times, so that confidence and that muscle now is strengthened where I keep doing it.
I'm going to stay with you there. I'm going to ask you, what's the greatest lesson you've learned on that journey? And then we'll come back down this way.
Well, the champagne in this glass can work. I think I was taught early to never have that failure in the word no is just another word in the dictionary. I think most people are afraid of the word no. I'm not. I was a guy that sold Cutco knives, so if anybody here sold Cutco knives, I can tell you what they all know. I can tell you what they all know.
Can we see
Oh,
some
you know how to sell.
Yeah, so
Okay.
you ready? Everybody in here go, my average sale was $383. My closing ratio was 93%. Wow. You see what I mean? And we all knew that. So when you know that and you kind of get that confidence, I was like, you said no, good. I'm closing the next 9. Thank you. And so that was that's one thing that I learned a lot that I wish and I try to instill in a lot of people that it doesn't matter. You're getting closer to where you want to go, and usually no is just not yet. So.
Not the champagne, the mic. Something I learned along the journey is ask for help. for the longest time, I always thought I had to do it alone, or I always thought that, maybe I was the smartest person in the room, so it was going to be better if I did it alone. But I think asking for help, understanding that we're better off as a team, right? And that 1 + 1 = 2, but 1 + 1 can also equal 10 if we really bring kind of the best people together to whatever that may be, a project, a campaign, whatever it might be. So that's really my main thing I've learned over the years is ask for help.
That's a really good one. And I do agree. But I'll tell you, my greatest lesson is be willing to do what others won't. I think you can do anything for a short period of time, and I'll give you my example. So I used to work at Kraft Foods, now Mondelez, and I was asked to go to Omaha for 4 months to work. Now, hopefully I'm not offending anyone in here, but I'm from Chicago, and I live in New York, right? And so I'm all about a big city. And, I like steak and I like potatoes, but I can get that in New York or Chicago, right? So I was like, Omaha? All my peers were going to LA and New York. This was when I was in Chicago. And I was like, what? You want to send me to Omaha? And I wanted to say no. And so I was willing to do what nobody else would do. And so I learned a tremendous amount. And then when I came back to headquarters, I was offered opportunities that some of my peers were not, because I said yes to something that others weren't willing to. And I was able to learn a whole lot more than some of my peers were. So I really like to say, be willing to do something that others aren't. And my friend Jason King, who works with me over here at Clear Channel, said, you know why, Kanetta? Because then in the future, you can do what others can't. So I thank you for that, too.
I like to, first off, I like to think of myself as constantly learning. So, I'm going to learn a lot of lessons in this journey, right? But one lesson that's really stuck out to me as I get older in my career, or further along in my career, is to not take things too personal. And I don't let other people's issues get in my way or become my problem. And I don't internalize things. Because, I've had C-suite roles, I've had client roles, I've been in the agency, senior leadership for a long time. I've been doing this for 25 years. And there's people that just, for whatever reason, they don't want to see you across from them. They don't want to report into you for whatever their reason is. And so I've learned over time that that has nothing to do with me. That's about them. And I just don't take it personal.
Preach.
Can we stay here? I think we're done, Gina. I'm sorry. I don't think we can keep going because that was, yeah. So I'm gonna stay there with you for a minute because you just described some what I call them as headwinds. But yet you keep showing up the way that you do. You keep killing it the way that you do. So talk to us a little bit about the resiliency that it takes to do that.
Well, first of all, what's always my priority is making sure that my work is excellent. That's the bar. The foundation has to be excellent, and that is my currency. So as I build relationships, as I work with clients, as I work with people, people can say, oh, Nikia, she's a little, whatever, I don't like her. But they'll never say, oh, Nikia doesn't know what she's talking about. Nikia doesn't know what she's doing. Nikia is the expert, okay? So everybody that works with me is going to say, she's excellent, point blank, period. And that is my equalizer. And that's helped me in a lot of situations because it makes it, and it's, you could say, I know the Gen Z kids, they say, I want a soft life. We're like, it's not fair, that's systematic. Okay, yeah. I got, yes. I got you. However, right? However, for me to be in my role as executive director at the largest media agency in the world, when I enter the room, I have to be 110%, 50%, 200% excellent. Point blank, period. And that's just the table stakes. And I had to accept that young. I accepted that when I was younger in my career. And when you need people to vouch for you, when you need people to do you a favor, or, I've had people say, oh, I don't know if I want Nikia on this team. And the client's like, excuse you? Nikia's on my team because that's the best. She's the best, and that's who I want. So you have to go into it, your journey, striving for that. It takes time, you work on it, you're not gonna be perfect. I'm not saying be perfect, but the caliber of your work, your reputation, what you're doing, you have to start with excellence.
All right, let's see if I can turn this back. Thank you. I'm not expert. Okay, I'll just take hers. So from a resiliency standpoint, I'll say two things. Number one, I like to win. And so, if something's not going right, I'm going to try to course correct because I want to win, right? And so that drives me personally and professionally. The second thing I'll say is I have had amazing people in my life, from my parents and my friends and mentors in business, and I don't want to let them down. And so that drives me because they've invested in me, they have supported me, and so the will to win and the will to also just kind of rise up for people who have risen for me keeps me going and makes me resilient each and every day.
Yeah, for me, it really starts with first just having the mindset and mentality that nothing is too big for me or nothing is too good for me. That's literally how I walk into any room, any situation. This is I've been in business for almost 20 years now, but this is my first marketing job, right? So before this, I was a strategy consultant at Deloitte for 3 years. I also was a finance director for Frito-Lay PepsiCo, but I've always been in culture, always been a people person, always was that guy doing what others wasn't doing, right? So if I was managing innovation, I was the finance guy going to the plant trials, or I was in the meeting with R&D or the insights team to understand what are the insights as we build a product. So I could know a little bit about everything, but I knew that there was something out there bigger. I knew I wanted to be in marketing. I knew that whatever the role was, I could do it if given the opportunity. And now I'm here on this panel as a marketer, so things have worked out. The other piece to stay resilient. So again, number one is I don't believe anything is too big for me, whatever that opportunity might be. The second thing that keeps me resilient is that every fight is not my fight, right? Especially being in this role that I'm in now, that in terms of multicultural marketing, there is emotional labor or tax in the role. There's a lot of educating and teaching around culture and places and spaces that we should show up and how do you engage with multicultural audiences. And again, I don't take it personal. I know that other people need to do the work, but I also understand that I can't fight every fight. And so being very strategic of where do I lean in and give a bit more of my time and energy, and then where do I just say it's not that important, and then I move on.
That was good again. All right. You should be in marketing. Keep getting me after the marketing guy. I would just say number one is, I think you have to just accept where you are and who you are. I'm very clear on who I am. And I start every day. Everybody loves calling me and saying the same thing. How you doing? And I always say the same exact thing back to them. I'm good. I'm breathing. It's something I got from my grandfather. He used to say to you, I would complain and he'd go, how are you? Until I said, I'm good, I'm breathing. Because the point was, you haven't had it as worse as somebody else, and your worst day is somebody's dream. And so I always keep that with me at all times. The other part is, I think that sometimes you just have to be honest, and you have to just deal with the fact that things are not fair. So what? And I say it all the time, so what? Then what? So if you really come with that attitude, nothing will really bother you on the outside. I know exactly who I am inside. I know exactly what I want. And no one or nobody or nothing will ever stop me. Simple.
That's right. Okay, yes. I'm going to stay with you for our final question.
Good. For the marketing guy.
Exactly. Wait, let me switch it up. To that end, what's your legacy? What do you want to leave behind?
I think about this a lot. I have a 24-year-old son, so yes, I'm older than you think. But it's also about just, I want to inspire people to just keep learning and not letting anyone or anybody else on the outside determine what they are and what their worth is. I see a lot of people now, especially now, and you talk about soft life and talk about other things. I just call it soft. We're worried about too much other stuff. right, left, all this other stuff. It doesn't really matter. It really doesn't. You know, when I look at life, I look at it this way. I've had the same number for 30 years. And somebody taught me a long time ago, your net worth is your network, right? I don't have to worry about it. I don't need notes to talk to anybody. I know exactly who the hell I am and what I'm going to say, and they know that. So when I need something, if I needed it right this minute, I know 5 people I could call and get it because they trust that I'm going to do exactly what I say I'm going to do. And if I don't, when things go bad, I show up then too. Don't ever disappear, being the same person all the time. And that's kind of what the legacy I want to leave and help younger kids do and understand they can do, even in this everything's instant world. You know, I tell people all the time, none of those people you see on Instagram started a business yesterday and were successful today. 7 years later, this overnight success thing is not real. And so I think if that's the legacy I can leave is, but still be dreamers. Go dream big. Go do crazy things. Fail. So what? So what? That's the legacy I want to leave. Just be more carefree and dream big.
As I think about this, I'm still, uncovering and learning what do I want my legacy to be. But what I really impart to anyone I talk to is really this notion of that our individual journeys are unique, right? Like my journey is not going to be your journey. It's not going to be your journey. And giving myself grace around whether it's the time that it takes, whether it's the, maybe I'm not going up the rung as fast as I believe I should be going, but I'm still learning and building. I've had definitely a very varied career, right? From different functions, quitting a job, right, to give myself space to really uncover what I wanted to do next. And all those things have just really set me up for where I am now and for where I want to go in the future. So just again, whether someone's already a CMO or a CEO, that doesn't matter. They're ready for that moment. Maybe they're not ready, but they're in that moment. And for wherever I'm going to be along on my journey is going to be the, for me, God's moment for me, and so that's what I just believe and continue to stay focused on.
Grab your mic because this one is off and I don't know how to turn it on. So my legacy. So, everybody here has probably heard the phrase, it's not about what you say, it's about how you say it and how you make a person feel. So I don't have one legacy, but I hope that the people that I touch along their journeys, that I make them feel good. And that is if I am willing to help them do something, if I am willing to mentor them, if I am willing just to take time out of my day to answer questions. And so I like to think of it as the people who I touch, they could tell you what my legacy is better than I can really tell you what it is. But I do hope that each and every day that I go through, that I touch someone personally, professionally, in a way that makes them think differently and feel really good about our interaction. So.
Okay. Nope. Is it on? No, it's not on. Okay. Right now I am all up. Okay, just humor me with a little story, okay? I started my career in Chicago at Leah Burnett Media. I believe she was the first Black female CEO of a large holding company agency was Renetta McCann. So I came up under Renetta McCann. I consider her one of my mentors, and I consider myself part of her legacy. When I was 25 years old, I left Starcom, it was called Starcom, to try sales. I was lured by the salary to Jet Magazine. And yeah. After, if you want to hear more about it, I can talk about that. But just long story short, day 2, I was like, I hate it. I got to get out of here. I called my mom. I was like, I can't do it. She's like, you got to stay a year. I was like, I can't stay a week. What are you talking about? So I was absolutely miserable. Sales was just not for me. Love and respect all my salespeople. It was not for me. It was just not my thing. So I called up Karen Coleman, who was the only Black SVP at Starcom. And I was like, Karen, I hate it. And she's like, you want to come back? And I said, yes. And she said, call HR, tell her when you want to start, and we're going to promote you. And then I went back. And that was it. So that's network is your net worth, but more importantly, that is your community. Okay, and I truly believe in marketing in corporate America. You have to have your community, and you have to support each other. When I look back, and I've had to make many maneuvers and power moves and what have you, typically there was a person of color in my network that was part of that and supported me. So, and I learned that from Renetta McCann and Karen Coleman at Starcom. And that's my legacy of what I want to give is I'm leading a community, part of a community, supporting my community, helping my community. I strive and hope to be that when I retire from the industry one day to, my house in France or something. Everyone's like, Nikia is awesome. She helps out people, So literally, I'm very approachable. Anyone can call me, you need help. Now, you got to be excellent. Do your thing. But I will support you, and women, we must support each other too. So that's what my legacy will be.
I want all the mics. Thank you. Thank you to our icons and our rock stars. Y'all are an inspiration. Thank you for all that you do, how you show up, how you give back. We appreciate you so much. Gina, how you like how I keep time?
The Ad Club team, just everyone please raise your hand. These are the people that make the Ad Club run every single day. Round of applause. And tonight or tomorrow, when you go back and you say, wow, I really love that Ad Club, I want to get more involved, these are the people that you need to talk to. So don't forget, if anything is resonating tonight, please reach back out and get more engaged with what we're doing, because we're a volunteer organization. We need all of you. We need all of you to help propel this industry forward, to bring up the talent, to bring community together. So tag, you're it. Okay, now to the awards. So Rick, thank you for joining me here. We're gonna start with our icons. They are influential leaders, they have broken barriers, and they're role models to many. So I'm gonna read the names, come on up. Some people are here, some people might have gotten scared off with the snow, who knows. But we're gonna read the names and you all just come up and just stay within your group. So all the icons stay so we can get a photo up together. First one, Neil Arthur. He is Global CEO of Wieden & Kennedy. I know he's not here because he's in Portland, so yay, Neil. Juan Bonilla from Walter Isaacson. AC Bracey, also know she's in London, so she is President and CEO of Personal Care at Unilever. Nikia Clements, you're here. Come on. Executive Director of Growth at Group M. Cheryl Overton, Founder and Chief Experience Officer at Cheryl. Cheryl's also a board member. She's also fabulous. You'll see it when she gets here, down to her purple boots. She is fabulous. Dear, dear friend of the Ad Club and also fellow board member of mine at Ad Color, Mark Shashan, CMO of Agile Media Group. And Mark Walker, co-founder and CEO of Direct Digital Holdings. These are our icons for this year. Go. No, you. Icons. Great. Round of applause for all of them. Thank you. Now for our rock stars. Their stars are shining bright. They're gaining momentum. They are producers of excellence. Please welcome Sabrina Brown, Vice President of BCW. Woo! Thomas Drew, or better known as T. Drew, co-founder and president of One and One Life. Mark Fenty, SVP and Director of Out of Home at Horizon Media. Tessa Green, client investment lead at Mindshare. And dear friend of ours, she helps us on media action. She is a godsend, Tessa. Jared Vale, VP of Data and Analytics. And he has his fan club from Quigley Simpson in the house. And Asia Miller-Ware, fashion and beauty writer at Vox Media. I know she's not with us tonight. So let's have a round of applause for our rock stars. Thank you. I know we're going to see more of you, Sabrina. And now for our innovators. They are change agents. They're taking roads not taken, and they're being fearless. We heard a lot of that tonight. Donovan Andrews, Chief Digital Officer at D-Sphere. Woo! Cindy Augustine, Global Chief Talent Officer at McCann. Kanetta Bailey, SVP Marketing Clear Channel. Linwood Bevins, CEO and founder of Reach TV. Adrian Franks, Creative Director at Wonderman Thompson. Oh, I do talk fast. I'm so sorry. I'm a New Yorker. I can't help it. Sorry, I don't mean to rush, because this is their moment. We good? Okay, Mike Shannon, CEO of Monster Edge. Tanisha Williams, SVP, Executive Creative Director, Wildcard Creative. I know Tanisha's not with us tonight. And then Marcus Zach, Director of Cultural Platforms at American Express. These are our innovators. Round of applause. You know what I loved most? I loved most of people like shaking each other's hands and getting to meet each other for the first time. This is what the club's about. Community. See, look, we're making friends all over. We're making friends all over the place. All right, so hopefully this is the beginning. A lot of you are very involved with the club. If you're not involved, we really would love to have you, because you all are leading the way, and so many people coming up in this industry need to see you. They just do. So please help us wake up this whole industry and be a part of what we're doing. Please stay for drinks, for food. We want all the honorees up here for a group shot. And thank you all for being here.